A lot of you really seem to have enjoyed my video talking about one tip for every character in Injustice 2, with a lot of you guys thanking me and telling me that it helped you guys a lot and everything, and I like to say thank you back. It really means a lot to show your support. So I decided to make another video like this to help you guys even more. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 tricks pro tournament players abuse that you don't. Now, we just had Evo happen, and if you look back at the pools and also the top 8 and the grand finals and everything, you will notice that these tricks in this video are used in almost every tournament match you see. Now, I know some of you guys might know what these are and how to do them, but again, you will notice that the pro players use this at a consistent rate, and the common online player won't use this often, or you won't see this often when you go on a random online match. Maybe you will, but not often as you see them in tournament matches. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Number 5 is going to be using the environment in the middle of your combos. I recently started using this trick as I found out that you can really do some really good damage with either no bars or 1 bar of meter. The average damage you can get is around 350 to 450 or 500 damage range. Take Superman for example, who has the average defense. If I do a combo that involves the environment in the middle of it, I can get nearly 500 damage with just 1 bar of meter with Sub-Zero. I'm going to be using him for an example because he's really fun to play and I've been recently playing him a lot. So let's take a look at this combo here. You see, nearly 500 damage at a cost of 1 bar, which is insanely good. Now, let's take a look at what happens when you do the exact same combo to a character with low defense like Darkseid. The damage is insane. That is 651 damage at only the cost of a bar. The reasons why tournament players use this is obvious: to get more damage with not much meter required. This allows for some really flashy, good looking combos that can definitely win you some games. The stages that do allow you to launch your opponent to the environment mid combo are Arkham Asylum, the Inside version, Gorilla City, Fortress of Solitude, Gotham City, Conduct, Brainiac Ship, and the Batcave Armory version. Oh, and yes, the combos and damage I was doing was with competitive mode on. Number 4 is going to be using the corner environment escape in different ways. Now, the 2 ways you can use the corner environment escape is by escaping with armor, which is simply a meter burn version of the R2 button or RB, depending on your console, or using it to put a bomb on the environment, causing an unblockable explosion. This will easily set up combos if your opponent gets hit by it, so if your opponent is harassing you in the corner, you can hit them back with the unblockable, and now you're in control. You can also use both the armored and unblockable explosion escape if you'd like. However, take note that not all of them have the ability to have an explosion. Instead, some of them have the option to dive kick to your opponent, which you can do by holding down 3. You really don't see this often, and I think the reason why is because some people are just desperate to get out of the corner as quickly as possible, and people don't even care what happens as long as they're out of the corner, they're fine. However, the reason why you should be using these and the reason why tournament players use them is because they'll allow you to have one step further into having an advantage to your opponent. Sometimes your opponent will see what you're doing, but most of the time they'll be thinking about how much damage they can do to you or chip damage they can do to you. So don't stress on that thought too much of them trying to counter you and everything, but just keep that in mind. At number 3, we have air escapes. Air escapes will allow you to avoid your opponent doing further combo attacks after they have already launched you in the air. This can be a really big game changer that can really save you games, since it pretty much can stop your opponent from doing the very combo they wanted to do to finish you off. If you look at the footage from Evo, you will see that the air escape was one of the most used mechanics in the game, and I don't blame them for the reason I just said. The way to do this is by pressing up and R2 or RT while you're launched in the air. However, the move is a bit pricey. It costs 2 bars, which isn't too bad, but a lot of things in the game are just 1 bar and are very helpful, so I don't know why this isn't 1, so make sure you use the air escape sparingly at the right time. You also can't use this if your opponent has already hit you with an armored version or a meter burn version of the back 3 move. Number 2 is block escapes. This is something that I find myself using very often. What this does is push your opponent away and create some good space for you to have some breathing room. The way to do this is while you're blocking, you want to press forward and RT or R2 at the same time. This is at the cost of a bar, which is really good and is extremely useful against characters like Atrocitus, who is very reliant on creating pressure and mix-ups to you, especially when he has Dexstar out. What this will also do is completely take away some of the character's traits that they have out. In Atrocitus' case, however, it won't take it away completely, but it will take away a good chunk of the meter it has. You should use this against characters who really like to create pressure like Batman, Atrocitus, and Superman. And at number 1, we have increasing and decreasing super move damage. Now, I don't use super moves often, and I don't see tournament players use them often either, but when they do, they almost always use this. It's a pretty neat trick, and I don't really see people use it online. Like, out of the few hundred matches I played, I've only had like maybe 15 or 20 matches where somebody used this. As I said, what this does is increase your super move damage, and the way to do this is by simply pressing 3, which is X or A depending on your console, at every hit of your super move. You have to time it correctly though, so be careful on your timing. Take a look at the super move that I do with Sub-Zero without pressing anything compared to when I do press X or A to increase the damage. Now, I didn't land every hit, but you can see the difference in damage. Now, the same can be done when the opponent has landed their super move on you. Just press 3 on every hit and the damage you take will be reduced. So there you guys have it. Those are some of the 5 tricks that the pro players abuse that you don't. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to leave a like on this video, and let's see if we can go past 100 likes on this video. If you want to see more videos like this where I help you with some of the gameplay aspects of the game, then let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Injustice 2 content. Anyways, my name is Brospo Productions, and I'm out for now.